That's right, you get back-to-back streams today. Hello, I'm Yamato. I am not Kent Hovind. And this is just for the idiots out there who apparently don't comprehend that I do reaction content to a lot of creationist insanity, primarily Kent Hovind's, because he's a lolcow, and as we all know, you milk lolcows for laughs. And that's what I do. My content has been found to be very therapeutic to people recovering from religious trauma, especially that related to Hovind and being brought up on his materials. So, if you can't understand that, you're probably in the wrong spot on YouTube. That being said, we are indeed looking at his Whack and Atheist Wednesday for last night, where I just took a small glance and it appears he just kind of hits at everybody in it. Just all over the place. Listening from work. All right, that's the way to do it. So let me click the magic buttons, and now that we're in Chrome, I can do it properly. There we go. Oh, yeah, aren't those some great windows? Yep, rendered so well, so beautifully. How much data does this page take up? Like, serious question. It's 182 megabytes of RAM that this tab is using. So honestly, that's a total joke, but at the same rate, I've ran whole operating systems that run in less memory. I think we all have, but still. All right, let's do this thing. We're getting right to it. I'm going to try to knock this out kind of quick because, as I mentioned, I'm still not feeling well, and I've already done one stream today. But yeah. Anyway, preamble over. Let's go.
Well, good evening, folks. Kent Hovind here and the crew at Dinosaur Adventureland in rainy Lenox, Alabama. It only rained twice this week, once for 4 days and the second time for 3 days. The lakes are full, though. It is.
That was the number 7, Kent. And I should bring up an anecdote today in that I posted to the Discord. My favorite number is 8, but right now I feel like a 7 because I can't even. I think it's funny. Okay, it's terrible, but hey, I tried.
June the 18th, 2025. Tonight, Whack an Atheist, or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. See how much time we got. We're on a bunch of different channels. They took us off of YouTube, of course. They always do. But on Facebook, got a bunch of people there.
Stop saying it like that. I keep telling you. You're making it sound like you repeatedly start channels and just get them removed. That's not how it works. It took forever to get GBC taken down. We had to fight to do that one. And some people apparently can't tell when something is or isn't your content, even though it's pretty fucking obvious. Like the fact that I just said fucking? Fuck shit bitch ass cunt? Yeah, you don't hear that in a Hovind video, now do you?
There, Rumble, Twitter, our app, Instagram, and whatever else. I don't know. Push a button, something goes on. Right there, Joseph. If all else fails, go to drdino.com. They're all listed there. Sign up for all of them. They're all free. And then so take us off of one, go to another one. So if you need somebody, somebody.
Oh, thank you, Kilted Camera. I'm glad to hear how you found me and sort of the way you enjoy stuff, how you enjoy it, why you enjoy it, Enjoy. Enjoy it a lot. Oh, no, sorry. I have trouble sometimes reacting to praise. Yay, new stream. Now I'm angry at the math joke. Joke is so bad. Oh man, come on. It was better than that. See, Deviant gave it a chuckle.
Need this message tonight. This might help. Somebody been deceived by the evolution religion.
Or someone's been deceived by Hovind. I'm going to help. Because apparently I do. Think about that, Kent. I've helped people. Now, you would be like, oh, well, I've helped more people. And it's like, did you really, though? Did you really help them at all?
Tonight, the 18th of June. Next month, in a couple of weeks, actually, we're going up to Ken Ham's Noah's Ark, Sunday on July the 6th. And just to meet with some of the atheists that are having their atheist rally and just pass out some tracts and invite them to church and get them saved if we can.
So that's what you're going to do now? No biker gang, no, major interactions. Come on. And I don't need any tracts. I actually, somewhere stashed, I've got a collection of chick tracts I'd found through the years, but you know what? If you sign it, all right, I'll do that one. Do you have the one that you helped write? Because if I get that autograph, that'd be cool. That'd be another totem to go in my pile of evil things.
So that's July the 6th up there. Dinosaur Adventureland is free. 140 acres of lots of fun around here. Help us to open.
You know what else is free? My stream, my multiple websites and various online services. Not debating me though. That costs money because if I'm going to get angry, I better be paid for the trouble. Which is a reminder, Kent, before you pull your you're the one who wants to debate everybody. It behooves you to go out and contact them. That's your responsibility, not the other way around. There, preempted him. And hey, he's talking about a 777 club. If you want to support my stuff, you know what to do. You know how to help. Let's continue.
For free if you like that. So join us, join our 777 club. Support us that way. Okay, I want to get up to where I'm going tonight. Whack an Atheist. We try to get 4 or 5 of them tonight. So based on the whack-a-mole game we've been through.
I mean, to be clear, when I'm up at the ARC rally, if Kent actually explicitly asks me to debate up there, I'll do it. And that's the only way he's going to get that from me without dropping some coin. My fee is $20 an hour. That's a penance for being able to interact with my kind of crazy. Remember my promise for making a video on Amot this summer? Vaguely. I've got a terrible memory. So you'll have to remind me of the details. There's my mouse doing that thing again.
Do all this 5 times before. Okay. So many atheists, so little time. Who gets whacked first? Well, first goes to a creepy blunder. Again.
Oh, now he's creepy blunder? Also, just randomly get a notification from Blue Sky. Someone liked a post of mine talking smack about Harry Potter and J.K. Rowling. Thanks, random person.
Creepy. Thank you for sharing so much of my real science material with your viewers.
Oh, Kent, you'll thank Creaky Blinder, but you won't thank Lord Yamato, a person who shows your entire video so that all context is present. Oh, it's almost as if you're too scared to acknowledge me because I say some of the naughty words, or maybe it's because I rip you a new one every single day. Because that's just the niche I found myself in, just being truly indignant. I don't know.
Seeds of truth are being planted that may grow and help them come to Christ. Thank you also for explaining that you and Simon Dan only do these videos promoting evolution for the money. What he said right in his video.
So, Kent, I'm going to let you in on something. That's called a joke. A funny joke. And note they're completely off the deep end, which is probably in a reference to flat earthers and the accusations of everyone being constant NASA shills. Hence, Dan here making it rain. It's a joke. It's a funny joke. You wouldn't know a funny joke if your life depended on it. Which joke is the funny one? 2 10s for a 5? Wrong.
You mention me quite often for the same reason. I bring you viewers, don't I, creepy? Okay. I'm glad to help your struggling show get more views that include some truth, at least. Okay. You seemed really upset that I mentioned Dan Rourke's real name instead of the fake one, Simon Dan.
People have a right to anonymity. People have a right to protect their actual identity. The internet is a very hostile place, and people like to cause problems. You should understand that, but no, you cannot grasp that. I don't know how to help you with that, but this is something you really need to understand. People have a right to privacy.
My show. It's easy to find info like this about anyone these days. Why do you atheists try to hide who you are? See, Joseph, can you see where he's censored out? I put Dan Rourke. That's his real name. Yeah, censored. Yeah, he don't like that. Okay.
Yeah, because then people like your followers can harass him. And he would rather that not be the case. Or, hear me out now, someone who's a little on edge and by on edge, I mean fucking batshit crazy, might try to do something. And we don't want that. Now, do we, Kent? But you say, oh, I'm right here and no one does anything to me. Yeah, because no one fucking cares. We're not the crazy ones. We're not the MAGA nut jobs. We're not the ones hoarding guns. Well, not all of us. You know, we're not the ones obsessed with the idea of the world ending, you know, to finalize the validity of our death cult. But you can't get it. Get the fuck over it, old man. As a globally connected species, we have the right to anonymity. It's kind of something we need. You have the right to use pseudonyms as well. You have no problem with Mark Twain. You call him by that name, which is weird that you'll use someone's preferred name in that case, but not if their preferred name happens to be considered the opposite gender of what they were born as, or what you might think they be at first impressions. Funny how that works. But a pseudonym, an online alias, a character trope, anything. People can do that. People have the right to do that. I mean, come the fuck on.
Or the Canadian lawyer that he lies and calls himself Mr. Anderson. It's not Mr. Anderson. Censor it again. Let's see. There he is. I debated him a long.
God, you're so fucking obsessed with this shit. This is really fucking weird. You're just fucking obsessed with this crap. And if I had known he was going to post this shit, I would have censored it. What the fuck, Kent?
Time ago. Welcome to Faro Law in Calgary, Alberta. Why are you ashamed of your name, Mr. Anderson? I don't understand all that. Anyway, it's sad, creepy, that you
Yeah, I just did that in real time. I was hoping there were maybe more options, but there weren't.
Spend hours editing my videos to twist what I say. You'll pick out a word here, word there. You're really good at editing.
No, Kent. I've done videos that Dan and Creaky and AJ and others have covered. Even Big Bad Mama and Claude's shorts that are intentionally edited, partly for comedic effect, but only insofar as it serves the purpose of the message. The cuts themselves are correct. It's not a YouTube poop style slicing of things making you say pingus. You're just pissed that people are using your own words against you.
And twisting, and you can make anybody say anything if you want to do that, okay? And you take words from one show and paste it into totally different context, and I know why. You won't debate me live on your show or my show or any show, because you know you can't twist my words that way. Admit it, Creep.
Yo, there's a new name, Lego Gonk Droid. Hey there. I like the name. Laura will like the name because she loves Lego. Gonk. Gonk. Everyone's favorite trash can, the Gonk Droid. Just fucking love it. It's a portable fusion reactor. Come on. Also, if you don't know, somewhere in the Star Wars lore, there's a Gonk Droid that apparently it has its own religion, or like is its own religion, or like it's some kind of god. I think, I'm not sure. I need to look into it, but I learned about that, and I'm like, okay, that's wild.
Creepy. Come on, you know that's the truth, okay? Second whack goes to Emma Thorne. Wait a minute, did I? Yeah, hold on, I got to play this video first. Right here. Dan said,
let me give one good pingus. Pingus!
that he's going to let somebody.
Which, if you don't know, in the YouTube poop community, pingus comes from the Sonic the Hedgehog comedy thing, the really poorly done one, not the cool Saturday animation, where Robotnik says, "Snooping as usual, I see." And so snooping as pingus sounds like penis. Yeah. Congratulations. You just learned 18-year-old YouTube poop lore.
Somebody else protect him from my whacking. I thought you might want to see this.
Protect him from my whacking.
As we all know, Kent Hovind loves to whack me. And for the final guest creator, I've drafted in Plan a Walk to whack him back.
Planar Walk, if you want to look that up. Planar, walk.
Oh, man. You know, I wouldn't normally do this, but I know many in my audience are trans. And so I should stress that, of course, if you don't know Plan or Walk, she's trans. And Ken's probably going to say some shit. So, yeah.
I don't recall ever hearing of this. Is it a boy or a girl, Joseph? I don't want to get
God damn, there you go. Kent, you fucking debated her.
in trouble for. I'll let you see for yourself, okay?
See, he says that like he doesn't know. He knows. He was alluding to stuff. What a fucking prick.
Right, on with today's guest creator video. As I said at the start, it's from Planner Walk.
Well, to be clear, Adventure Sonic the Hedgehog does have its charm, and I definitely need to rewatch it. I was a big fan of Sadam. I didn't hate Adventure Sonic the Hedgehog, but it was a little too childish for me, and by comparison. But it can be enjoyable, certainly. Jolly Green Tank says he is so creepy about Emma. Yeah, very creepy. I'm surprised he didn't go further on it. Speaking of YouTube poops, I keep getting recommended YTP's one where guys upset about pronouns. Oh, man. I have to look for that kind of stuff. Always wishing Kent a very uncomfortable June. Yeah, seriously. By the way, it's Juneteenth, so there's that going on. Kind of an annoying bank holiday, but as an actual holiday, it feels weird. But that's because it's kind of a new, it's only a couple of years old. Yeah, it's still an important point in history. It's stupid that it took the country that it was ever that way. If you don't know about Juneteenth, look it up. Pretty fascinating. And the name sounds weird, but once you understand the history of it, it does make sense. Ahoy hoy. Joined right at the right time. Yep. Like the videos where Emma mentions telling her mom about Kent asking about her sex life. Yeah. That one's just like, what the actual fuck? Legendary. Holy fuck, I've got 124 viewers. How do I have 124 viewers? What the hell? What is this? I'm not kidding. Hi, everybody. I hope you don't think I'm Kent still. I'm not. I don't like Kent. Funny, I know nobody cares, but in my local dialect, pingo is penis. Spanish is weird sometimes. Fascinating. Hey, Seth, how's it going? Never heard about Juneteenth until the Blackish episode. Yeah, it stayed so underground. And at first I was like, what is this stupid stuff? And then again, I looked into it and was like, oh, that's what this is. So I felt kind of dumb for not knowing. I kind of hated myself for that for a bit. Can't a girl or a child? Cushy, you have apparently stumbled across a live stream by me, Chris Yamato, or Chris if you prefer, where we take a look at Kent Hovind videos and react to them thusly. And let us stress, since there was some confusion yesterday, that I am not Kent, and I am in no way, shape, or form a supporter of this fucking Hawaiian shirt-wearing piece of shit. So if that doesn't cement it, I don't know what does. Let's continue as he mocks Dan, because of course he does. Oh no, he's going to mock Dan and then mock Plan or Walk.
Walk, who I absolutely love, by the way. The link for the
You absolutely love, by the way. Yeah.
Wow, way to read too deep into it, you bigoted fuck. Dan loves Plan or Walk in the same way I love Dan and his content. I love AJ and his content. I love my audience. For someone who's a Christian and understands the whole brotherly love thing from that ethos in there where they call everybody brother, brother, can you get it's like I think you should understand that. But no, you're trying to read too deep into it and be a bigoted piece of shit.
their channel's in the description. Go check that out and subscribe after this video. Take it away, my friend.
Ahoy hoy all, and welcome along to another episode of Tinfoil Tuesday with me, Plan or Walk.
Notice the Baffy plushie back there. I love it. I want to get one of those, but I never have the money, never have the time. Well, the people come from, I don't know. I just don't know. YouTube poop is the lowest form of communication. And do I even consider it communication? They're just stupid. Sometimes I just have a laugh about them. Texans are sorry about Juneteenth. Lower than jingles, yeah. Musical jingles usually suck. Which in many cases causes a fuck ton of harm. What or am I missing somebody in the chat? Oh god, here we go. The fucking clown. Why, as an atheist, we spend time going after religion? I don't know. Probably because it pervades every single aspect of our lives, causes serious problems to a lot of people, and is something people won't shut the fuck up about and trying to force on others. Maybe if people kept that shit personal, no one would care. Why do religious people care so much about gay people? About what anyone else does in the privacy of their own homes, own lives? Why that? Knowing the world is round, not going out to find out things. You're just, what the fuck is this shit? I mean, mods, take out the trash. You know what to do. You know what to do. Otaku, well, stop going after religion. We'll stop going after religion when people stop trying to pass laws that go against our rights and stop leaving shitty comics in front of my front door. Fuck does that mean? Oh yeah, she's Deviant's confused. New Zealand represent. Yeah, Deviant. I mean, take out the trash all you want, please. You, Seth, if you're not busy, buddy, everyone. Yeah, the Baffy plush is extremely cute. Rhode Island checking in. And yeah, if you're new here, which 140 some people here, yeah, you're gonna be new. There's a lot of this in my streams where we just chat. And then we go back to whacking Hovind. As you see, we're only 4 minutes in Hovind's video, and it's a 25-minute video, and we're at 21 minutes of me streaming. That's just how these things go. Inanimate object fetish, yeah. There's not beef per se. It's simply a matter of Kent Hovind is a lolcow that I have decided to milk for laughs. It's very simple logic. I'm not insulting you by that. I'm not attacking you for it. That is really what it boils down to. Texas's fault for the holiday. Well, I wouldn't call it fault for the holiday. I mean, naming may be weird or something, but yeah. Using Christianity to justify World War III so they can all fuck off? Exactly. I have to wait at the end of the stream to add details of video on Amot. Okay. All right, let's get back to this stuff.
Thank you very much for joining me. Today, we are looking at Kent Hovind as he whacks yet another atheist, because according to Kent, there are so many atheists out there and they all need whacking.
Amen. Amen. Go for it. So many.
Yeah, like this fucker. I'll take care of that one personally. And if you, wait, no, you know what? I won't do it yet. I won't do it yet because you could be responding to another person commenting, but let's see if you say anything else, Or no, you're just gonna make yourself look like a damn Hovindite or whatever, so, piss off. Dun, 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 dun.
Atheists. The winner tonight. Simon Dan. Again.
Though, despite the number of atheists out there, it seems that he prefers to whack some more than others.
Simon Dan doesn't realize it, okay? And he probably never will understand it. He is spreading the gospel for us to his listeners. Somebody on Simon Dan on Ray Comfort's channel commented, Simon Dan was actually one of the atheist channels opposed me to creationist arguments. And these exact mocking reviews of Christians led me to the Lord and ultimately led me to people who strengthened my faith. Wild how God works.
So that is one person on a video by Ray Comfort titled Atheist Accidentally Shares the Gospel with 90,000 People. So of course, you're going to get a comment like that on that sort of video. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's a trend though. And there are probably just as many, if not more people watching Simon Dan that find themselves persuaded by his arguments. Or possibly even in the case of this video, my arguments.
Oof, those are all real good, Grunwaldy. Christians against creationism. Yep. Take a stance there. How can I tell what kind something is? I'd say that's probably the weakest of the three, but it's a very good question. But it doesn't like click like the first one or the third one. Bible isn't God's diary. Here we go with another dumbass. Why don't you debate Hovind? I don't know. Why doesn't Hovind debate me? He's a grown-ass man with a team. His ass said 10 months ago that he wants to, have Sergio book him. And I've still been waiting. So, Michael Heron, why don't you contact Kent and tell him to get off his lazy ass and contact me if he's the one who wants to debate so much? Because I don't give a flying fuck. There's no point. It's the same fucking script every time. If you dumbasses can't see that, that's your own fucking problem. Mods, take out the trash. God, these fucking idiots coming in.
People are going to be persuaded to do what by your arguments? I hope not. Okay, let's go. Strange admission. So you understood that evolution was a scientific fact and chose to...
There's so many brain-dead fucking Hovindites coming in. If you're so obsessed with debates like your little fucking messiah, Cunt Qureshi, is here, then tell him to contact me. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. He's the one who wants to debate everybody, because he and you clowns think it's the arbiter of all things as an online debate. Fucking morons.
Ignore the facts and believe in the error-filled creationist arguments. Well, anybody believes that's a moron, okay? Publicly call you a moron to your face.
Yeah, you know. Because, Kelvin's such a great person because he talks like that.
Creationist arguments are true. God created the world. The world is not billions of years old. There is no geologic column. There is no fossil record.
It's kind of funny that Kent decided to call someone a moron and then just get everything wrong. Kent...
Yeah, that's the MO for Kent. It's always, I'm going to call him a moron and then get everything wrong. Fucking, yeah, these people.
Everything wrong. Why don't you call and schedule a debate? Call 855-BIG-DINO, extension 4, Joseph. Book him, or her, or it, whatever, okay?
Oh, yeah, be a big piece of shit. This right here, though, that shit right there. Call it, he said, right there, he said it.
I get everything wrong. Why don't you call and schedule a debate?
Oh, yeah.
Call 855-BIG-DINO, extension 4, Joseph.
He never has to do anything. He always wants other people to do it, as if they're obligated to. If a person doesn't fucking want to, they don't fucking want to. And no, that doesn't make them a chicken, you high school Marty McFly abusing wannabe piece of shit. They don't fucking care. Also, Planner Walk has debated you. I covered it on my website before I did video reviews of this stuff, and I intend to go back and do it. And your bigotry is well noted. A reminder that when you're gone, I'm going to make sure to piss on your grave.
Book him, or her, or it, whatever, okay?
Hovind's claims go against all the evidence that we observed, like, for example, radiometric dating. If Kent...
You need to watch my video on radiometric dating, okay? You have to start with the assumption that you know how much was in it when it died, and you cannot possibly know that. See, you guys don't, never mind. We covered that, several times, okay? Radiometric dating has some real serious problems, and I'll debate you on it. Bring it on, okay?
If Hovind were correct, then radiometric dating would never give results that go...
Yeah, I should remind that, I don't debate pedophile enablers and people who their search history contains bestiality.
...past 6,000 years old, but it constantly does. Now, young Earth creationists will often argue that, well, maybe the half-life of radioactive elements has changed over time, but...
I meant to do that, Otaku. So actually, I think since I'm in the window as I see the Hovindite dislike bombardment happen. Fucking idiots. Okay, hey, Hovindites, you dumbasses realize that helps the stream, right? I keep explaining it to you and you don't get it. By commenting in the chat, by interacting, by disliking, you actually help the stream. So the smartest thing to do is to completely ignore me. But you're not doing that. You dumbasses are helping me every time you do this. You might be annoying ass gnats buzzing around my chat when I'm trying to see what the awesome friends I have in here are saying. But your stupidity, the stupid actions you take, wind up ironically helping. Hence why you're seeing me. It's sort of a never-ending cycle. Now, while I'm waiting, let me just go here. Let's see. Customization. Subscriber only. Minimum subscriber. 10 minutes. There. That should solve the problem. Because conveniently, like I said, I had the window up. I have Firefox going as well. Let's continue.
That's something that has never been observed. There is no evidence to support something like that.
Ever observed a cow produce
Well, the problem is I'm trying to see everything you guys say and have to wade through the shit that is morons just being dumb as hell.
a non-cow or come from a non-cow or a dog produce a non-dog? Nobody's ever observed any of the links on your stupid.
Except they have been, and your chart is fucking wrong in the way you use it. And everything you say is a fucking lie, Kent. The only thing you say that isn't a fucking lie is where the fuck you are, what the fuck the organization you run happens to be, and your fucking name.
Family tree, you guys believe. Nobody's ever seen an amoeba produce a non-amoeba or a protozoa produce a non-protozoa. It's never been observed. That's why I say it's not science. I'm glad you believe in it. You makes you happy for now. You got great faith, but it's not science. That's all. Why don't you guys just admit it?
So if the only way that you can be correct is by denying all evidence and then proposing that the evidence is wrong because of something that has no evidence for it.
Wait. Denying all evidence? Why don't you show me some? What evidence?
You've been shown insurmountable or indescribable quantities of evidence. Insurmountable proof of the processes as described. And you just hand wave it away, or if it happens to match something in your script, you go to that. Even though everything in your script has been torn apart dozens of times by equally as many people. At minimum. You just say the same shit over and over as your bigotry and hatred oozes out.
Evidence is there for the evolution religion? I've been asking for it for years. One lawyer friend backed me up years ago. He said, we'll pay $250,000 if anybody's got any scientific evidence for evolution. So,
Yep, literally the only thing we haven't directly observed is abiogenesis, and the chemistry is all there and works perfectly fine because life clearly is purely chemical. And yeah, I should add in the last factor that sorry, I'm having a moment here, that abiogenesis is not part of evolution.
I don't have that now. I don't remember his name even, but it was a long time ago, 25 years ago. Where is it? Come on, Planner Walk, or Nikki, you call yourself. Okay. Was I supposed to say his name? Her name? Nikki. I'm sorry.
And has never been observed, then wrong.
Hitting every wrong key. Can't fuck you.
Are there really any questions that evolutionists can't answer?
Yes, Dan, there are thousands of you can't answer. You can't answer how the universe came to be. Where did time come from? Where did space come from? Where did matter come from? How did life get started? How did reproduction get started?
Well, I'd argue that Christians like Kent Hovind can't actually answer those questions any better.
We can't answer them either. So this is why you ought to wake up and smell the coffee. This is why you have a religion, and so do I. But we're all paying for yours to be taught. Why is that? Because you guys won't admit yours is a religion.
It's not a religion, and whether or not something is being paid to be taught is irrelevant to the truth of it.
Yeah. Then you lose your funding. I understand. I understand really well. Okay.
Than an atheist can.
And there's the claims of conspiracy.
And let's take the question of where did time come from, for an example. Well, an atheist might say, well, it came from the Big Bang. Whereas a Christian might say, well, it came from God. Now, Kent Hovind would not accept the atheist's answer for that because, well, it lacks a lot of substance. Like, how did the Big Bang create time? But the same also applies to the Christian answer.
No, Laura, there's the usual crowd of us and some new people, but the rest of it's Hovindites trying to start shit. Because, of course, they are. Because they're overgrown children who can't just ignore something. It's really quite beautiful. I mean, that's what you're doing is sitting there searching for Kent all the time. Looking up Kent on YouTube and deciding, I'm going to get this Yamato guy.
Answer. How did God create time? To say that atheists can't answer these questions to a satisfactory standard while you yourself can't answer those questions to a satisfactory standard is not a good argument. And that's
Yeah, and that's why they're all leaving, because they can't comment and be dumbasses anymore. Boo-hoo, my shitty opinion can't be done. I'm being censored. Nah, I'm just maintaining control of my space.
How can you be so blind as to not see what you just said? You just admitted you have a religious belief in the Big Bang. You can't prove it, but you believe it.
Hey there, deck chair.
I believe God created the world. I can't prove that, I don't think, but I think that's the logical answer. So why are we all paying for your religion to be taught? That's all. Just quit.
That's not even getting into the evidence of it all. You see, there is evidence for the Big Bang, not so much for God. And just because the existence
There's evidence for the Big Bang, but not so much evidence for God.
Yeah, there's zero for your magic daddy. The one thing y'all can claim to have is your magic book of bullshit, but the problem is you're trying to use your magic book of bullshit to claim what your magic book of bullshit says, which becomes circular logic, which means you can't use that because your magic book of bullshit would have to be proven true so that then it works as evidence for the claims in said book.
Nikki, whoever you are, you need to really stop and rethink what you're saying. Okay, get alone, shut off the TV, shut off the video games, and think about it.
of God might be able to answer certain questions, that does not mean that that therefore is evidence for God. Oftentimes saying I don't know is a better answer than coming up with one without any supporting evidence.
How did any
Kent,
skip a little bit?
why did your God make something specifically to be annoying to us?
Didn't used to have leather. Is that right? When they started, they weren't leather and they evolved leather?
Maybe.
Meat? They didn't have meat? And they didn't produce milk?
I can't answer that question.
Well, the answer, of course, is the cow that we know today did not evolve. It was artificially selected by humans.
Bingo. Nothing has evolved, Dan. Nothing. Things have been artificially selected.
Oh yeah, always gotta do the thumbs up and point to himself in his videos because Hovind always thinks he's right because he's the fucking Hovind.
And there are now 450 breeds of cows.
So this is something that I'd actually disagree with Dan on here, because artificial selection is actually a form of evolution. When it comes to
This is why you have to define.
Yeah, I mean, I'll agree with a planner walk here insofar, but trying to differentiate natural evolution, natural selection versus artificial selection, I think that's where Dan was going.
Find that word evolution before you get started. Nikki or whoever you are. I will carefully define what I mean by the word.
Could you just call them planner walks since that's the name they're going by in their online creative content? If you only ever went by Dr. Dino and no one knew your actual name, guess what? We'd call you Dr. Dino. And in fact, if that was what you actually went by as a profession, some of us might call you that. Call Mr. Batman Mr. Batman. And I personally think he needs to be given a cease and desist for using the name and the branding and stuff. But, that's neither here nor there. But you've decided to focus on just being Kent Hovind with the little playful name of Dr. Dino. So your own personal branding is, well, what it is. Maybe he's just jealous that he can't change it this late in his life. It could be Dr. Dino fully, but people know my real name, so I'm going to bitch about everyone else and their real names.
Before we start our debate, call 855 Big Dino extension 4. Please book them. Please do.
to natural selection, which I
You get off your lazy ass and contact somebody, you dumb fuck.
think we can all agree is a form of evolution.
Cannot agree that natural selection is a form of evolution. Natural selection is a selection process. It doesn't create anything new. It selects what's already there. No, I'm not going to agree that it's a part of evolution. No.
You have evolutionary pressures on organisms, which means that the ones that are best suited to the environment are more likely to survive and reproduce. And when it comes to artificial selection, you still have evolutionary pressures on organisms.
Hey, if you're still hanging out and you're not some Hovindite fuckwit, be sure to like the stream. Right now, we're sitting at 20 likes to 15 dislikes from Hovindite fuckwits. Not that it matters, but it's nice seeing happy, fun, positive numbers and not lower numbers. Numbers approaching Hovind's brain cell count.
It's just that those evolutionary pressures mostly come from what humans want. So, Dan,
Neither of those are evolution. How can you not get it? Natural selection, artificial selection are selecting from what's already existing.
Yeah, it does look green.
It's not changing a duck into a whale or an amoeba into a whale.
And none of that is what evolutionary theory says, and we've explained this to you ad nauseum.
Over trillions of generations. It's not going to work.
And that means that I've just debunked you. Checkmate, atheists.
Let me explain it to you, Dan. There are 450 breeds of cows, okay? Lots of different kinds of cows, artificially selected for more beef or more milk, or to stand the heat better, stand the cold better, whatever, or give more calves, okay? Somebody with interest in time could probably make a family tree of all the cows going back to a common ancestor called a cow. But you guys believe it goes back to a common ancestor called an amoeba or a paramecium or a single-celled bacteria or something.
The thing is, though, Kent, there is evidence that all life on Earth is related.
Would you please share that evidence? You guys keep saying that over and over. That's your mantra.
It's been shared constantly, and no, it's not a mantra, Kent.
You can't get off your script. You keep saying there's...
Says the guy who literally can't discuss anything that isn't on his script. The moment anyone brings up anything he's not remotely prepared for, he can't even entertain it. He can't even just roll with it. But the ass clowns defend him. Which, by the way, at the current ass clown total, we are at... let's see, 24-17. So some of you toss some likes over, but keep it up.
just so much evidence. Show me some. Bring it up. Call for a debate. You go first. Give the best evidence. Whatever time you take, I'll take equal time to debunk it. Okay?
Whether it be genetic evidence or the thing that you really seem to dislike called the fossil record. Because
there is no fossil record. There are fossils.
Except there totally is, Kent.
Trillions of them. I got a bunch in our museum here. Thousands of them.
It's not a script, but he says the same things constantly. You can't even articulate it differently, yeah.
But none of them talk and none of them have a date on them. There's no record. There's fossils. They all came from probably Noah's flood. We'll talk about that during the debate. You want to do a debate on fossils? Call Joseph. 855 Big Dino. Extension 4.
yes,
Let us note again that Kent has now 3 times suggested that Planner won't call in for a debate, even though she's already debated you. You're the one who wants the debates, Kent. It is your responsibility to contact others to set these things up yourself. Throwing a hissy fit because no one will debate you when you don't do anything to set these things up only makes you look like the petulant child you are.
all cows do share a common ancestor. It's called an auroch, by the way. But so do aurochs and humans share a
You're related to a cow. I'll leave that one alone.
common ancestor. Just because you've got one common ancestor with one thing doesn't mean you can't also have a common ancestor with another thing as well.
I believe cows can jump. They can.
Oh, good. I was worried there for a second that I was going to have to explain to Kent, yes, cows can actually jump.
I accept the fact, Dan, there are no exceptions to this. None.
Well, it would be helpful if there was some kind of definition of what a kind is, because so far it seems to be a kind is whatever I say a kind
Yeah, he does. He wants it to be some kind of Pokemon evolution garbage.
is, making it completely unfalsifiable.
No, the Bible says if they can bring forth, they are the same kind. Huh? Cows and sheep can't do that. They can't bring forth. Okay. Now, the 450 breeds of cows can all bring forth with each other. Dogs and wolves can bring forth a puppy. But the dogs and pine trees
Good point. Donnie did used to do a lot of the work for him on all that front.
cannot. It's pretty easy to tell what a kind is most of the time. There might be a few. Pretty tough to tell what species are, by the way. You need to watch my video number 7.
No, it's not, because there's diagnostic criteria based on the particular subspecies, particular clade of the animal, the particular nature of it, and what criteria are used to differentiate that still fit the overall thing of reproductive capability in the population. It's complicated, but it makes sense. Kind is arbitrary and seems to shift based on what is convenient. There's a dog kind, but there's also a wolf kind. There's a pigeon kind, but there's also a bird kind. It's like half of cladistics, but not the rest, where everything gets grouped together via broader taxa.
There are 26 different definitions of species out there. What exactly is...
Yep, and they're all used depending on what you're trying to classify. It's really beautiful. Just like how you don't list the horsepower of a jet engine, because you don't measure thrust like that.
a species? Call for a debate on that one.
Babble.
After their kind, after their kind, after their kind. It's all through the Bible. 30 times in the first, well, 30 times in the book that I found so far, okay?
Well, the Bible isn't exactly a science book, so you should not be.
Who gave you the authority to say that? The Bible says
It's not a science book, Kent. You know, talk about the authority when you're the one saying, that's not science, that's not science, that's not science, just arbitrarily. And the Bible is not a science book. It contains precisely fuck all science. It's the delusional ramblings of people from the stupid ages who didn't understand how reality worked.
says all kinds of scientific things, okay? It's not designed to be only a science book. It's a book that covers a lot of stuff. The Bible's flawless and perfect. It's God's word.
Bible is absolute fucking garbage.
You're going to be judged by that book one day. So no, there's nothing scientifically inaccurate in the Bible.
Using it as one.
So 450 breeds of cows. How many kinds of cows are there? 450.
Well, no, let's be clear. There'll be one kind of cow, according to you, Kent.
Most would not survive in nature. Read it, Nikki. There are 450 recognized breeds of cows, okay? The word kind is generic. It's in the vernacular. Yes. Let me get up to where I wanted to get to, right? You can watch this whole show if you can stomach it. Here we go.
Oh no, I can stomach a lot. I watch your crap day in, day out. Remember, Hovind, I'm currently probably the third greatest consumer of your content in the world outside of your cult compound. The other two being Big Bad Mama / Creationist Crybaby and Claude Balls, since they clip all the good parts of everything you post.
Not a question I can answer, I'll be honest.
Well, it didn't. That groove is the natural curve of the horse's spine.
Natural? I mean, explain what you mean by that, Dan. It just comes that way. It was designed that way, maybe?
No, because then it wouldn't be natural. It would be artificial. As I've said numerous times, Kent, by trying to assert that everything is created, you make everything effectively artificial, and thus negate the existence of and the concept thereof of the natural world. Thus, you can't contrast anything with anything because it's all artificial.
It was designed to have a curve in the spine, just right for people to sit on.
Well, just because an animal has a curve in its spine doesn't mean that humans are going to ride it. In fact, a lot of animals do have curves in their spine, but I don't see anyone trying to ride a panther. But here's the thing, do you want to know what animal people do ride that isn't a horse, that we have been talking about this entire time? A cow.
People ride cows. Okay, you need to live out west for a while. Okay.
You can ride a cow. Now, they aren't the best for riding, because if they were, more people would ride them. But it just goes to show that if horses didn't
I've ridden a few cows.
exist, would find something else to ride. Like, I don't know, camels, elephants. People ride them.
Let me go to a different one here. How do I shrink this down? And she did another video. I can't read it here. Is that coming out?
Kent Hovind doesn't comprehend the word they, apparently. Where that wouldn't have even been bad. They did another video. Would have been absolutely acceptable, especially by Planner Walk's own admission, because she said that she uses she, they, preferably, if memory serves.
There we go. Coming out as being transgender, whatever that means, okay? Let's see. So people are going to congratulate...
Oh, good God. I do not like where this shit's going.
Nikki on coming out.
Signing out.
I've known Planner Walk for almost 4 years now, and if I ignore the fact that he's got a really funny accent...
Oh, it's a he.
No, I mean, I've, really ridden a cow. Growing up, we knew a farmer. I'm not kidding.
You said that Creepy called him a he. I mean, now we got it from the authority. Creepy's known him for 4 years. So Creepy, thank you for settling the argument, okay? It's a he.
That makes him tricky for a person like me with no noticeable accent to understand. Planner's actually a pretty cool person. Although I may edit that compliment out, I don't want people starting to think that I'm nice. And Planner, if you think that coming out as trans means that I'm going to stop making fun of the way you pronounce the word deck, then I'm afraid you're wrong, pal. And on the topic of coming out, well done. It's a brave thing to do, and I support you 100%. A person's happiness should come before everything, and I, for one, will always embrace.
Ambush, should I bring the Pan Am game? I've read the manual once. I've never opened the pieces. It might be fun to play, but I'd be the only one who really appreciates it.
Diversity and celebrate every individual's unique journey, even someone who talks funny like you do. Love you, bye.
Damn it, my plan didn't work there.
Hey, Planner Walk. Congratulations.
Mortimer 81. Oh, I wish they uploaded more. Such good stuff.
I understand you're going to have some rough times ahead of you now, but I hope you find happiness. I hope everything works out. Be true to yourself, and what I mean by that is be true to what's in here, not necessarily what's down there. See you around.
You know what? When I did
Good old Kent Hovind, not at all understanding gender identity versus biological sex. I admit it took me a bit to sort of totally wrap my head around, but then it just clicked one day and I was like, oh, now I get it.
do my comment videos, a lot of the time the flat earthers accuse me of being trans, trans man Dan, FTM transgender, all of this. And my argument is always the same. So what? So what if I am trans? It doesn't make me wrong or changes me as a person. And that is exactly the same about Planner Walk. I'm so proud.
But Kent will say they all the time when the nameless they took him off YouTube or threw him in jail unjustly for 10 years.
Proud of Planner Walk coming out as trans. I truly hope and wish that other people have the same courage as you. Congratulations, buddy.
Hello. Okay, he goes on. You can watch the shows yourself. I'm going to get back to a couple more thoughts here. Right here, there, and over here. So you guys spend hours. You won't debate me, Emma. You're in a second here. She did a show on what she thought were.
You want to debate people, Kent? You're obsessed with debates. You'll get them if you were to contact people your own damn self, but you won't do that.
Contradictions in the Bible. I answered them. And
send me an email, Kent. Chris@zadara.com. That's CHRIS @XADARA.com.
She played my answer on her show, but she still didn't get it. The Matthew and Luke genealogies do not contradict, Emma. You still keep saying they.
Except they do.
They do, and they don't. One of them gives the ancestry of Jesus' mother, and the other one is Jesus' stepfather, Joseph. I clearly spelled it out. They both came from two different sons of David, and Solomon and Nathan, so that Jesus had the right to be king and the right to be priest. They joined it. Watch the video. Emma, come on, okay? Watch my show a few more times and call me if you need help understanding it. 855 Big Dino extension 3. Emma, okay. Third and fourth ones to whack tonight. Simon Dan had to call this guy to protect him. Dan, I've invited you scores of times anyway.
Had to call this man to protect. It's a joke, Kent. If only you understood jokes.
To call and schedule a live debate. And you can show the world how smart your science are. You Simon, you're good at science. Show the world. And show how dumb I am, Dan, please, okay? You can have all your atheist friends come with you.
Why is get it in quotations? Is Kent admitting there's actually nothing to get? Quite possibly, without realizing it.
On the program. Simon Dan called this guy to protect him from my wax. Planner Walk.
God, you are such a petty piece of shit, Kent.
Okay. What's it say there? I am Nikki, or more commonly known as Planner Walk. There is Nikki. Ignore.
And I didn't know her name was Nikki. I didn't catch that in the updated bio or anything. I'll watch a Planner Walk video when it comes out, but I don't go looking at the About section of the channel too often, so, not since I discovered them.
For the dates. So he has come out as transgender and cisgender, whatever that is. So Dan, calling in Planner Walk, whom you absolutely love. Puke, okay. To help protect you from the wax is like thinking a paper shield will protect you from an A10 warthog. Guys, you're in trouble.
You are not the A10 Thunderbolt 2, Hovind. Warthog is kind of a colloquial nickname. It's the A10 Thunderbolt 2. least I'm 99% sure it is. Yeah, A10 Thunderbolt. Republic A10 Thunderbolt 2, yep. Fairchild Republic, I should say. You are not an A10. You're nothing, Kent.
Okay. Why don't you debate me? There's Planner Walk again. Okay. Dan, calling in Planner Walk. I get that in there twice.
There's that bark, 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 bark. Hey, Kent, you're too chicken to email me and set up something, and of course, pay my appropriate fees because my time is valuable. Bark, 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 bark.
Okay. Dan, give you a bit of free advice.
Although with Hovind, you really should just replace it with diarrhea sounds like from Dumb and Dumber.
Okay. You lover of science. I'm a real lover of science. Okay. Both of you need to stick with debunking the silly flat earthers. You both do really good at that. Okay. That
Oh, that's Creaky's dad. Cool.
theory is almost as stupid as evolution religion. Almost. Flat earthers. A little bit smarter, not much. Okay. So Planner Walk does a bunch of stuff on flat earthers. Go get them. The fifth one tonight. I stumbled across this show as I reached the bottom of the barrel. I can't play it.
I need to set up some kind of group communication with people like you, Deviant, Seth, and a few others for a contingency just in case shit truly hits the fan.
On my channel because of the childish potty mouth they all have on there. They keep stuff in their mouth that I wouldn't want in my hand.
Words?
We teach our kids to step around it here on the farm, but you guys put it right in your mouth. I can't play your show. Sorry about that, okay?
Boo fucking who, Kent?
These brave keyboard warriors spend a lot of time criticizing my degrees and calling me a fake doctor.
God, he's so fucking butthurt. He's so fucking petty. My God.
Fake dinosaur scholar and an accidental child killer. First, I don't care if they recognize my degrees or not. That has
Yes, that's why you're Dr. Dino on everything.
nothing to do with the fact.
That's why everyone calls you doctor. And that's why you get so upset when people call them out for the bullshit they are.
That evolution is a pagan religion and no more. Secondly,
Except it's not.
their heroes went to accredited schools and came out believing they're related to skunks and all came from a rock. I don't respect their education much either, okay? Third, I've never killed or even harmed any child or woman or man for that matter. They are lying and stupid. So did a child drown at DAL? Oh, yeah. Yes, tragically, Stephen Alexander drowned 5 years ago,
Know that that's right as COVID was getting hot.
a few days short of his 8th birthday. Here are the facts in case you're interested.
Oh, here we go. He's trying so damn hard to defend this shit. He's losing it. He's slowly losing his mind. I mean, this is just shown that he has completely fucking given up on any pretense of not being the weak, spineless piece of crap that he is.
Okay. Stephen and his twin brother and entire family visited DAL. They went swimming in one of our 17 lakes and ponds. They were swimming
Note that he even turns this into an advertisement.
right there.
Or he's so damn autistic he has to say it that way. Our 17 lakes and ponds.
Dad was playing pool right there 50 feet away. There's the pool table.
Well, why wasn't the dad watching him? Legitimate question, but you also should have provided some kind of safety.
Outside, you can see where the kids were swimming. Okay. We have lots of life jackets and floaties in the lake house for visitors to use. The water where the twins were playing is about 3 feet deep. 3 feet. There's a kid standing there. Just today, I took this picture. That's how deep the water is. That's a 10-year-old kid. Apparently, Stephen came under
If he doesn't get out of that water, he won't make it to 11.
the dock and knocked himself out, and no one found him in time. That's what the best theory is. Came up under the dock in 3 feet of water. Okay. I was at the main camp a quarter mile away, so I'm not an accidental child killer.
Yeah, you are, because you had no safety standards at your theme park for children.
While it's a tragic accident, the family does not blame us in any way. The dad
Also, that was 5 fucking years ago, and yeah, he does blame you.
even helped us build the gazebo in honor of his son.
Did he, though? I don't think so. Provide proof of that, Kent.
The family put a plaque to commemorate Stephen. This fishing pier in memory of Stephen Michael Alexander, April 9th, 2012 to March 15th, 2020. Almost 8 years old. 4,500 people drowned each year in the United States. You guys complain about that? Huh? Let's see. Action Park, New Jersey, known for its dangerous conditions.
Oh my God, he's bringing up Action Park. Kent, these places are infamous because of how dangerous they were. That's why Action Park no longer exists, I think, as it was. I think it technically still exists, but yeah, maybe not. I could be getting them mixed up because there's a few of them. And if this motherfucker brings up the haunted castle fire, I'm gonna fucking punch the screen.
At least 3 drownings in the tidal wave pool.
Drownings. There's no D in there, you dumb fuck. Drownings. There's no D.
Wow. Let's see. American Red Cross.
And note his stream craps out to this degree at the end. As if there was a God, he's being like, okay, I'm tired of this shit.
Of 22 non-fatal drownings every day. Obviously, you atheists and off-evolution about me. Or do you want to say bad about our Creator or God himself? Because you think it draws attention away from your stupid religion. Please, grow up and stop.
No, we're trying to show how terrible a person you are, which helps cement the fact that you're a professional liar. It works out well, but, you know, you don't like being called out for the piece of shit you are.
Mentioning this boy drowning. The family has suffered enough, okay? It's not
Then why are you bringing it up?
the family's fault or my fault or DL's fault. It was an accident. So please shut up about it.
Nope. I'm going to keep on going. Actually, you know, what would be great is to go down to Linux and where his, you know, find some land that is not owned or otherwise open, and remind and put up a sign that mentions said kid drowning. Just put them up everywhere. That'd be great. Just litter the town with flyers that remind people of that.
Okay. Questions or comments?
Yeah, you suck.
Atheists like to talk smack on Kent, but they're scared to debate him. I know. Ryan, call them all. Say, look, you coward. Brock.
Kent likes to talk crap about atheists, but he's too scared to set up debates himself. Debates don't mean shit, by the way. Get this. Get the whole debate thing out of your ass. Set it on the counter. And go do something else. Stupid ass internet debates are not the be all end all of fucking reality.
Debate him live.
And being and doing the bark and everyone saying that same shit shows how abjectly juvenile you fuckers are.
They want to take my shows and comment on them because I'm not there to respond.
All right, there you go. You're just going to do your fucking whacking atheist. It's no different than your fucking whacking atheist. And I've said a dozen times, Kent, you want to debate me so bad, fucking call me. Fucking contact me. Go ahead, fucker.
Because they know I'll nail them if they say anything that is not true.
You try to nail me, I'm suing your ass. I need an adult. A responsible adult. You know, namely a lawyer.
But when they got their own show and I can't answer, devolution's a fact. Hovind doesn't see the evidence. I can't. I'm not there. They don't want me to be live.
Oh, well, if you want to be there, then get in touch with those creators. How hard of a concept is this to understand, you piece of shit?
Flood America, there are cave drawings with someone riding a giant elk. I don't remember seeing that one. Send a picture if you can. Doc, good evening and God bless. Do we have any idea of Christian science, in Christian science, that can explain uranium? All the explanations I find are fantasy. I think it had to be created. All the 92 elements. The atheists want hydrogen and maybe helium coming from a big bang to then later compress and form all the elements. I'd like to know how to make gold and silver and platinum from hydrogen gas.
Get a whole lot of gravity and a star dying, Kent. Get a really, really massive star dying. That's how you get that. Or just fire the right particles at stuff with enough energy to make it happen. It's basic physics. Fusion. Fusion.
I'd like to know how to do that. Sad, but total accident. I agree. It is sad. I was lifeguard for 2 summers, and things happen. Okay, that's it. Hey, we're done early tonight. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow night, maybe. I don't think we'll get back in time. We got a long drive. Yeah, I might though, Joseph. We're going to try. Okay. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Oh, we got a long drive. Who the fuck cares, Kent? Who the fuck cares? No one, that's who. And so you'll notice that the viewers have gone down to like 50 or so now that all the stupid Hovindites are gone because, you know, once they can't be dumbass trolls, they just disappear. Notice that you don't find me commenting on Hovind shit and being a dumbass like that in his actual streams. Because, you know, I've actually got some goddamn sense. By the way, right now we're at 20 dislikes to 27 likes, so if you want to help that ratio and you still haven't, now's the time, because the Hovindites, once again, seem to think that disliking a video does something. All you're doing is making it more popular. So keep on. Just keep on. That being said, I've done 2 streams already. I'm done. I want to play Guild Wars. I want to relax. I got one more day of work and then comes the weekend. That's basically all there is to it. Yeah. So I'm gonna hop off here. Thanks everyone for stopping by, checking things out. Well, thanks to all the cool people for stopping by and checking stuff